I got to start this off with a massive shout out to Alpy and Şengün. Did you guys see the end of that Bucks-Rockets game yesterday? The Bucks are down. Giannis is full court pressuring Şengün, and he's coming hard. He's like a bloodhound out there trying to get the ball from him. Not only does Şengün make it all the way up the court, but he's able to get past Giannis, finish at the rim, and one seals the game for the Rockets. Listen, guys, the list of players who could withstand that defensive pressure from Giannis, that list ain't long. And the list of big men who could do it, it's maybe him and Jokic. I don't know if I would take anybody else on that list. Very impressive by Şengün. He is putting people on notice this year that he is one of the top 25 players in the NBA. Gonna make the All-Star team for sure this year. I'm curious to see if he can make the All-NBA team. He's playing great. He's playing out of his mind. The ball handling has improved. The shooting has improved. The passing, you know, he's been called Jokic light basically since his rookie year, but you're really seeing those playmaking chops come into play this year. So big time shout out to Şengün. That was a really fun game. The most fun game yesterday, though. Pistons versus Sixers. Tyrese Maxey versus Cade Cunningham. Tyrese Maxey, you are making me enjoy 76ers hoops again. I did not think that was possible. I've been a Sixers hater for a long time. I grew up loving Allen Iverson, and the way they did Iverson at the end, not to mention how they just failed him consistently, failed to put a competent roster around him. They were always trading for washed up stars like Glenn Robinson, Jamal Mashburn, Chris Webber, the list goes on and on. They failed Allen Iverson. So I always hated the Sixers after they traded him away. And then the Joel Embiid era, I do not enjoy watching Joel Embiid play basketball. So it's been really easy to still hate them. But Tyrese Maxey this year, he's making me enjoy 76ers basketball in a way I did not think was possible. He has Allen Iverson vibes out there with the throwback jerseys that honestly they should just make their mainstay jerseys going forward. He's got the braids. I just need him to throw on a sleeve and a headband, and the transformation is complete. He's playing out of his mind this year. The percentages are off the charts. You guys saw that graphic going around comparing his season to Iverson's MVP season. The one caveat that I will say as an old head who's always going to defend that generation of hoops is I bet if you took those numbers and you did it per 100 possessions rather than just a straight per game numbers, I think Iverson would probably come out ahead. I got to do more research on that, but you just got to keep in mind much slower basketball back then, much more free flowing, wide open basketball now. So it's always hard when you compare eras and numbers like that. But what Maxey is doing this year, it's insane. He is one of my favorite players to watch. Cade Cunningham is definitely on that list too. Cade Cunningham last night, another amazing game. That dunk that he had on Andre Drummond, that was nasty. So that is a rivalry that I will be keeping my eye on going forward. Cade Cunningham versus Tyrese Maxey. They should battle for years to come. Should be a lot of fun to watch. When it comes to my favorite players in the league to watch, number one, still DeMar DeRozan. He's been my favorite long before he was a Chicago Bull. I'm an old head. I still love the mid-range game, the craftiness, everything that he brings. He is not the same player that he was even 3 years ago, but when he's cooking, I still enjoy watching it. Cade Cunningham right now is honestly probably number two, my second favorite player to watch. I just really like watching his growth, and I like how he's a guy who, yes, he can shoot the three, but his game is not overly reliant on it. He still puts a lot of value in getting into the paint, into the mid-range jump shot. He's not just a three or layup guy that we've seen a lot of guards turn into over the years. Number three, got to go with SGA. Same thing. I love watching guys who cook in the mid-range. People get mad at his foul baiting. I'll tell you guys, his foul baiting to me is not as egregious as some other guys in the NBA. And I just like guys who they're trying to get to their spots. When you got a guy who wants to get to a certain spot and you can't stop it, that's fun as hell to watch for me. Number four, it's honestly probably Tyrese Maxey. The way that he plays is nuts. It's not Iverson-like, but there are some Iverson flashbacks with the speed, the way that he finishes at the rim, the braids, the throwback jersey. You know, it brings back some childhood memories of Iverson when he's really got it cooking out there. And number five, it's Paolo Banchero. I like watching him play. To me, he is like a bigger Carmelo Anthony. He needs to round out his game more. He's not as polished as Melo was. Once again, you guys know I love that mid-range jump shot. He needs to polish his game. He needs to polish his bag a little bit more. But I just like Paolo. I like watching Paolo when he's cooking, and he's a guy in the playoffs the last 2 years. He's stepped up. If you compare his regular season stats to his playoff stats, they're always better in the playoffs, and they were always big time underdogs in those playoff series, going up against the Cavs and then going up against the Celtics last year. And he's a guy who never backed down. So those are the guys I like watching. Let me know in the comments what's your guys' top 5 current favorite players to watch, and give me a couple reasons why if you got a couple of wild cards in there.